Mary meets Scorpio. Scorpio's sun sign, rising sign, and or moon sign. This is a 2-week reading for all Scorpios starting today, the 23rd of January, 2024. We are streaming live on YouTube and on Twitch. Moderating on YouTube today are the lovely Honeypaw and the lovely Shirley. Moderating on Twitch is the lovely Jennifer. Thank you so much, moderators, and thank you Scorpios and friends of Scorpios for joining us today. We are today reading with this medieval tarot, and I've already purified with this Vervain by L'Occitane. You can find links to purchase each of these items right in the video description of this video on my YouTube channel. If you're watching us on YouTube on a restream and you don't feel like watching me shuffle, you can always use the timestamps in the video description to fast forward right to the reading. Like I said, this is a 2-week reading for all Scorpios, so that does go out to a lot of Scorpios by the end of the day. So if for some reason it doesn't seem to apply to you personally, it may just not be meant for you. If that is the case, you may want to check out the zodiacal readings for your other signs, or remember that we have a general reading for all signs each and every day except for Monday. We have a general reading for all signs every day except for Monday, plus we have a what do I say? Oh yeah, we have a weekly pick-a-card reading. I'm sorry, my brain today. We have a weekly pick-a-card reading that comes out every Sunday for the following week. So you can find the most recent of all the tarot readings right on the website, arielscorner.com. arielscorner.com. Just click on the free online tarot readings link in the main menu. I also like to remind us every so often that I don't like reversals in my readings. It's just not how I read. They're fine for other readers. It's just not how I like to read. But most readers do use them, and so when people see me flipping cards right side up, they think that I don't know what I'm doing. And actually, it's just another way. It's just as valid. Both ways are fine. It's just, this is how I like to do it. We have a shop at arielscornershop.com. arielscornershop.com. We make a small commission off of each sale over there. It's a fun, easy way to give our channel some support. Another way to support us is with a donation. You can go to our PayPal portal at paypal.me/arielgatoga, paypal.me/arielgatoga. Or if you're on YouTube, you could use a super sticker, super chat, or super thanks if you feel like it. We do appreciate your support, but Scorpio, we just appreciate that you're here today. So I'm going to cut this deck, and we'll see what's in the cards for all you gorgeous Scorpios, starting today, the 23rd of January, 2024. Okay, we've got a Lover's card, we've got a Page of Cups, and we've got a Star card. Okay, that's fun. I love that. You're doing great. You know, the Lovers and the Star, it's just talking about how maybe recently for many of you, you weren't sure what to do. There was a decision that needed to be made and you weren't quite sure what to do. And it seems to me you made a really smart choice. And it seems to me that many of you, whether you did this on purpose as I'm saying it, or you have your own version of this, listen to a higher power, listen to your inner guide, listen to that guardian angel, and helped yourself by not choosing all alone, but choosing in consort with your intuition, with your higher intuition. And as a result of it, good news is coming, and lots of grace. Good news and grace. What a beautiful base reading for you. So where you're headed is all forgiveness. And you know, I listened to Taylor Swift the other day. She said, well, people say you should forgive and forget, and I don't think you should. You should just move on. And I understand what she's saying. You don't need to. It just depends on what your definition of forgiveness is. To me, forgiveness, when I'm talking about it, is something we do for ourselves. It's something that we do for ourselves. We don't do it for other people. We do it because we want to be free. So it is a way to just move on without carrying any grievance with us, without carrying any resentments with us, because those are poisons. Or toxic is the word that everybody uses these days. But it's like that old saying, carrying a grievance is like drinking a bottle of poison and hoping the other person will die. It doesn't make any sense. So that's all that forgiveness is a way of letting go of your attachment to the situation and that person and what happened, and finding a way to see them as spiritual beings that were behaving badly, rather than being, something other than that. See, that's the problem, is the ego loves the other. The ego likes to say, well, there's the good guys and the bad guys. There's us, and then there's those people. And nobody likes that when it's them that's the other, right? But we all do it anyway. Even those of us who think that we're really enlightened, we all allow our egos to do that. And that's what forgiveness stops. Forgiveness stops that idea of the other. It's like, yeah, they did some bad things, or they had bad behavior. Their ego mind was really in charge, and we don't condone that behavior. And maybe sometimes, when things happen, we have to have a complete no contact rule with that person, even sometimes. But in our hearts, when we forgive them, when we really wish that they only have the best happen for them, then it is easier to forget them and let them go, rather than festering that resentment. And that's what this reading is talking about. And I don't know why I spent so much time with that, because it already looks like you're doing something like that. So I don't know why I'm telling you this. You're the one that should be telling us this, because it seems like you're doing great with whatever that is in your life, Scorpio. You are doing great. All right, we have an Emperor. We have what is this? Oh, this is supposed to be the Magician. Okay. And then we have this Three of Cups. Some of these cards get me stumped. So the Magician in this case is looking like an adept and less like a juggler. So I'm going to go ahead and go with the image rather than with the old traditional understanding of what this card is. It's saying that you are an adept. It's saying that you are the Emperor, and it's saying that you're doing everything right. And that the ego may want you to second guess yourself, but I don't think you're going to do that. One thing that you do need to be aware of, Scorpio, is that you don't have to prove anything to anybody. You do not need to prove yourself to anybody. You do not need to justify yourself to anybody. And it's nobody's business what you do. And I think you get that, but I really want to reiterate that, because sometimes that's a bit of the energy of this adept card, of this Magician card, even when it's the adept and not the juggler. Sometimes there's this idea that you need to justify yourself to other people, or that you need to explain yourself. The only person you would ever have to explain yourself to is infinite intelligence, because infinite intelligence and your inner guidance can tweak things. So you can explain yourself to your inner guide so that you can get things tweaked. It looks like that's what you're already doing, right? So this Emperor card is trying to reinforce the understanding that you are the Emperor, that this is your empire, and it's up to you how everything works out. But that's obvious to me that you already know this, because the rest of this reading wouldn't be looking like this otherwise. Look at this beautiful card here, this Three of Cups. Now, I'm not interested so much in this illustration, but this Three of Cups, the three is a very positive Saturn card. It's kind of a Shekinah card. There's a lot of understanding here. There's a lot of understanding about your role in the world and why you're here. And even if you don't cognitively always understand everything, even if you can't quite put it all into words, you have a deep spiritual understanding. And that puts you in a real different echelon from a lot of people and from a lot of how it used to be for you. And as you're able to really solidify your relationship with your inner guide so that you keep going in the direction that you're going to notice that things in the physical world work out for you, and it doesn't even matter anymore. It used to be for many of you that oh, if only I could get this thing in my life worked out, maybe my career or my finances or my relationship or whatever the thing in the physical world is, then I'd be happy. Now you're understanding that those things, it's great when they work out and you love it when they work out, but that's not what's important to you. What's important to you is your spiritual understanding. What's important to you is that you're happy. What's important to you is that you understand that you have an empire and that you've got a lot going on and that you're doing it just fine, and you don't need advice from people so much anymore because you've got a great advisor. And when you do need to be advised by people, you know that those people are sent to you from spirit. You don't have to wonder. It's obvious to you. And a lot of this is happening due to your ability to be a benign emperor. Whereas before, maybe not so much. Maybe before you let your grievances be your guide. Before you might have let those resentments color the decisions that you made. But I don't see you so much doing that anymore because you would rather be happy than right. And that's not true for the bulk of people in this world. The bulk of people in this world would much rather be right than happy. And they don't understand the ramifications of that. And you seem to understand those ramifications quite well and understand that you're too busy and you've got too much going on to bother with all of the drama. You are way too busy, and you're busy with good things. It's not busy work. It's not ego busy where you're just, you don't have time for anything. So that way you don't have to look at yourself. It's not that kind of busy. It's very clear. It seems to me very clear cut, very, very well-defined goals. And the goals that aren't yet defined, you don't seem to be bothered with them because you know that they will be defined when they need to be. And you're taking things in the right way. What I'm noticing here anyway is that you are living in the moment and at the same time having a clear understanding of where you're headed, the general direction that you're headed. So you're having the best of everything here in that you are being spiritually guided and spiritually led, but you're also, your head is not in the clouds. Your head might be in the stars a bit, but that's okay because that's where all that grace is coming from. That divine grace has already healed your past, and it's now healing your future as well, so that it's safe for you to be in the present moment. It's safe for you to be in the present moment, and that's all because of you. That's all because of you, Scorpio, and because of the ways that you have oriented your mind, oriented your life, oriented your thinking. Now, you may not use the terminology that I'm using here, but you know what I'm talking about. You've got some sort of spiritual understanding that you didn't really have before. And you're getting used to living in more of a spiritually uplifted and enlightened world and allowing your decisions to be guided by those higher principles. And as a result of that, the things that you are doing, the things that you're creating, the things that you're making have a wonderful impact on your life and those around you. And you won't know and understand the full impact that you have on people maybe ever. And that's okay. You don't need to, because the impact that you're having is quite good. And that's because you are in alignment with your higher will rather than your ego's will. I can't think of a better thing to be, and you're doing well. I'm not saying that you never make mistakes. I'm not saying that there isn't stuff that you probably still need to work on, but I don't need to tell you that because that's already clear about. You're already clear on all those things, and you're already working on them. So other than telling you how fabulous you are, I really don't have much more to say other than keep up the good work. You're doing great. And I'll be back in 2 weeks. Thank you so much to the amazing moderators, Honey Paw, Shirley, and Jennifer, and we will see you in 2 weeks, Scorpio. Blessed be.